Greetings and welcome back to Stellaris, my United Nations of Earth playthrough. So, quick note here, the modifier here, I did some testing. The modifier here for the war philosophy forbidding wars of aggression is due to my war philosophy being liberation wars. And that is a 50-point modifier. Without it, it would take me 2 favors, I think, to get them into Federation. So I have the option of changing my war philosophy from liberation wars to unrestricted wars. That would get rid of the penalty. And then I would be stuck in that option for 10 years. I'm choosing not to do that. I don't want to be in wars of aggression. And if that is the stopping point for me forming a federation, those aren't people I want to form a federation with anyway. Also, my primary goal for a federation is like a research federation to boost my research and cut down on the amount of research agreements I need. So yeah, I'm not interested in doing that. I would rather build up the reputation with the groups and get rid of most of the other modifiers and get federations that way with people that I would prefer. Also, I can change this in 2 months, so I'm going to keep my influence banked so that I can turn them into a research vassal. Other than that, I've done my little bit of maintenance here, checking on everything. Reinforced a ship or 2. I started on alloy foundries on Nueva Cadiz and a mineral purification plant on Blizzard, now that we have lots of building slots available. That's pretty much all I had the materials to do right now. So we'll just be proceeding forward and seeing how things go. My exploration is going to be slower now. Yeah, after I get that, I'm basically just going to be pushing up this way to see where things connect. This might possibly be a dead-end area, and I might have to go out that way, or I might have to back up and explore an entirely different direction. But we shall see. I did renew
new world of opportunities.
I did renew my trade for rare crystals through the mutagens. And we just got a new colony starting. I guess I should actually look on the sectors. It is in a frontier sector. It is going to be its own area. And I can start working on the active volcano. Other than that, impassable mountains are all that is left. This place wouldn't be too bad for mining. It's not the best, but it's not that horribly worse either. But then again, I could also make this place a mix of all 3 types, because that would leave me enough to have the 4 city districts I need, all of these, and still 2 industrial districts. We shall see how events on Shangri-La play out. Lavis Freebooters. Humans, She of the Void has communicated to us her desire to use your systems as ceremonial sites from which to celebrate her everlasting dominion over space. As her humble servants, we have no choice but to comply. A battle fleet of our finest warriors, drawn from all of our warring factions, is currently on its way to you to gather tribute and servants. To stave off the inevitable and sate her hunger, you may offer tribute now. If it is sufficient, the fleet will be recalled. 2,000, either energy credits or food. I will send them food, because energy credits have more value trading to other empires. Food is generally not valued very much. That is one of the reasons I like having a decent surplus of food, is to deal with these guys. So yeah, we'll feed them. You are wise not to anger She of the Void. Her retribution would have been terrible. Actually, let's have a look at you. I don't have any intel on your systems to see the size of your fleets. I could get a rough approximation of your fleet sizes by looking here. Yeah, their raiding fleets have a size of 7.3K. Right now, my fleets have a size of 2.2K. So combining all of my fleets, I might be able to stave them off, but I would much rather wait until I have about 10K fleet sizes and can definitely push them back before I start actually not paying their bribes. But 2,000 food that is surplus anyway, and it would probably be going to waste to stave off some violence from them, I think is worth it right now. The very geological structure of Wanya 4 is indeed in flux, driven by what Science Officer Ives Gilbert assures us is a tectonic process as fascinating as it is esoteric. What is of more interest to the United Nations of Earth is that we may be able to strategically halt the planet's ceaseless, chaotic self-transformation. In short, a near-instant stabilization of the planet into something slightly, if not entirely, more habitable is theoretically possible. Ives Gilbert estimates that an additional 200 energy credits will be needed to power a thorough mapping of planetary activity and determine the validity of what the science officer has termed a surgical terraforming strike. Actual terraforming lies beyond our grasp at present, so this is an exciting opportunity. Where is this planet? It is a barren world, or yeah, it's 4. It's a barren world. It's not an area anybody is really going to be laying claim to anytime soon. So yes, it is rife for scientific... see, if I just ignore it, it'll gain some research. But yes, we want to further our science. So even if there's only a 50% chance of success, it's only 200 energy credits. I'll have that back in a month. So we will give it a shot to further the goals of science. It's not like I'm going to get here and populate this world. Science Officer Ives Gilbert reports that Wanya 4 can indeed be terraformed. A narrow window of opportunity is expected to open shortly as the planet enters a particularly unstable phase of its cycle lasting a couple of months. Ives Gilbert believes that miniaturized explosive charges delivered to the planet's crust and strategic irradiation of the atmosphere during this time will halt Wanya 4's tumultuous changes and stabilize it in a form somewhat more suitable for sustaining life. A special project has been issued, but we do not have much time. Well, we have 3 years. Go ahead and research the project, and it would only take 10 days. So we will know the results fairly soon. 1 more month, and we can renegotiate this contract.
The special project has concluded.
Science Officer Ives Gilbert is proud to report that Wanya 4 can now be reclassified as an arid rather than a barren planet. This grand experiment has greatly enriched human sciences. So yeah, that gave us a chunk of physics and engineering. Which we currently have no stored research in either. So that knocked quite a bit off of cruisers, thankfully. Yeah, so we'll have cruisers by about this February of next year, I believe. Unless we get a further bonus in the meantime. We'll have the technology for them. We will not have our first cruisers yet. Okay, now it is time to renegotiate. Let's clear that out. Now it is time to renegotiate our agreement here. Alright, so we would like you to become a Stellarium. They like the idea of that specialization. We would like you to have independent diplomacy. You can have regulated expansion. For now, you will still join my defensive conflicts, I think. Because my military is weak right now, and I would like the extra. I would like an extra holding, and we can have unified sensors. Now, overall, that would have us losing loyalty. It currently says we'd be losing another 1.1 loyalty. That would still be a positive loyalty change because of our opinions. So I think that is worth it. It would cost... $249, which we do have. But it's saying we cannot propose it until the 27th. Well, I guess I'll just redo the terms on the 27th. Our operatives are drawing up a short list of potential sleeper cells within the Sacrosanct Church Foundation. They hope to find a set of suitable positions where agents may appear innocuous and yet remain poised to strike for a prolonged period of time. Acknowledged. So the 27th. Well, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and wait until the April 1st. April Fool's Day, yeah.
System survey concluded.
Because April 1st is when I normally do my Empire maintenance anyway. This is a beautiful system. Yeah, I love the way those clouds look right there. Where are you headed next? Oh, okay. You've got orders, so. How far out is my fleet? Less than 6 months. Less than 5 months, actually. Alright, time to renegotiate that contract. We would like to change you to a Stellarium. You will have independent diplomacy, regulated expansion, join my defensives, give us a holding limit, unified sensors, and we will give you some basic resources. We do need to actually, how much if I gave them advanced? 3 alloy and 20, I can spare that too. We can give them a little bit of assistance. They are weaker than us. Now I will need to get more food production. That's already on my to-do list anyway. But yes, that almost completely balances out the fact that they're going to be giving us research, and they are giving us 42 in each field. That's small, not completely insignificant, but it's small. Now it is going to take time for them to shift, and during that time it is going to cost me monthly influence. Let's see, it'll take conversion time, base is 30 days from their empire size. It's being multiplied by 66. Okay, so that would be 66 months. That would be 5 years. Well, no, it's saying only about 1,022 days. Oh, the fanatic materialist part cuts down on the conversion. So yes, it's going to be about 3 years, just under 3 years. But yes, let us proceed. I need more amenities on Earth now. So I actually need another holo theater. Your subject, Pirac hierarchy, has started converting to the Stellarium specialization. So they agreed. Where does it list my conversion time? There it is. 994 more days. That's about 2.5. No, that is still close to 3. But I immediately can place another holding here. Now, I could put the holding on this planet, or I could put it on I could stack them all up on one planet, or I could go to one of their other planets. Let's see, their capital is Pirazar, or Paraco. I have the Ministry of Truth there. Now, I could look at one of their other worlds. This one is a fairly large world, and it is a research specialized world with some exotic gas refineries. What can I put on there now that you are a Stellarium? That one. Ministry of Science. When they become a Stellarium, I can boost their my research speed. Now, it does reduce their monthly loyalty. Can only be built on the capital planet. Yeah, it can only be built on the capital. So I would have to build that on the capital. Overlord Academics turns subject consumer goods into research points for both Overlord and subject. I could put a satellite campus on this world. It would produce research for me and them. But I think I will hold off for now, for the 3 years, to put in the Stellarium specific one. We find these terms acceptable. Has started converting, yes. Alright. Clearing the tunnels. The complex consists of several larger underground structures connected with a network of tunnels, many of which are collapsed or blocked by ice. Although ancient, some of the tunnels show clear signs of fire. The damage caused by this fire is major enough to suggest a catastrophic event, or perhaps intentional destruction. One thing is sure, and that is that the purpose of this site seems to be scientific in nature. Oh, interesting. More science! Communications received. Grindles appear eager to establish communication with us. Having sent that, confident we can use it if we can trust them. We've gotten this one before. Oh, interesting appearance. I believe that is either a necroid or an aquatic. I believe it's a necroid. I'll know for sure shortly when we actually establish communications with them.
Construction completed.
Oh boy. Ives has passed away. The Fahrenheit is no longer performing actions. Once again, he died after a scientific breakthrough. My scientist has passed away after a scientific breakthrough. So he did at least get to see early forms of terraforming. And as a matter of fact, it was his calculations that were proven correct. So I think he lived a good life. Alright, so both of these have upgraded to Starholds, which will mean I can start pushing up my naval capacity again. Excuse me, hiccups. We do need to assign a leader. I believe I have an available scientist. There you are. I will just let you continue these surveys, even though you are not best for surveys. and that is an L gate. Okay, now I have more incentive to push to these systems and beat them to Alderaan and come up here. See, if I get Alderaan and Il-4, that will generally stop their expansion. They won't generally jump too past me. After I do that, I think I would be expanding this way to get the L gate into my system and just go ahead and close, and then probably over here to get that archaeological site and just kind of close off this entire area. But yes, I really would like to have an L gate in my system. I have a wormhole. Okay, that will work.
Research concluded.
Yes, now, the subject conversion cost me 3 per month, so I will be losing influence. I need to get my power projection up to compensate for it, or I would need to drop some agreements. A naturally occurring subspace wormhole is a fickle thing, and its fluctuating energy levels typically make it impossible to travel safely between its linked apertures. There are ways to temporarily stabilize its matrix, however. Alright, so now we could speed up how quickly our colonies develop. That's just the initial stage when it's going from colonizing to an actual colony I can start building buildings on. I would also like the subspace sensors and the black hole observatory. I would like all of these, honestly. The mining drone lasers, not that critical. I think they are just slightly better than the current lasers I have. That's a dead-end tech. But the shields, yes, we need to up our military. It's either going to be shields or sensors. The sensors will up our tracking. The shields will up our defensive capabilities. Let's get the shields first. There are many alien empires who would gladly seize our worlds for themselves. We must be prepared for them should the worst come to pass. Naval capacity plus 30. Really good. But I would much prefer more fleet capacity. Collective self is a good one. Hydroponics is a dead-end tech and extremely quick. Let's go ahead and clear out our last blocker that we have currently. That will be fairly quick, but I could replace you. Yeah, I only have the one. We'll replace you with Trick and have you out here doing surveys. That should get you a few more levels. Actually, no, wait. Let us put her there. Yeah, that knocks more time off of that because of her level and spark of genius. You have a 15 to anything. Let's actually have a look here. Yeah, you're level 4. We'll have you assist research as well. Or actually, you're not assisting research, are you? You're surveying. No, you are assisting research. The one doing the surveys is TriCat. But now that we have the wormhole technology. I don't think we have... I could stop assisting research with Claire long enough to explore that, because I don't really have any other ships in the immediate vicinity. Or I could wait until the archaeologist is done. I don't know how much longer he has on this. Alright, let's go ahead and explore that natural wormhole. And after you have explored that natural wormhole, return to assist research. It will take how long to get there? It doesn't currently tell me. I probably have to advance it a day to get the information. 7 months. And then 7 months back. So that's a year that I won't be assisting research. Didn't really lose much in the way of time. This fleet is really close. I think in July I will probably put a admiral in this fleet, since it's about to enter combat. I don't know that that will last me 3 years. As my power projection increases, it might. I completely missed that I have an available envoy, Vladislav Dudnik, now that I have completed that diplomatic embassy on Earth. So I can go back to contacts here. Fire Tribes of Kel are improving relations, and so are Hazar Pact, so I don't need to improve them right now. I would like to have envoys there to gain favors, but the one I would like to work on is the hive mind and not the vassal. Yeah, the Tezekian hive is the one that I would like to improve relations with. Let me make sure I don't already have somebody in here. I do not. So we will begin improving relations with them to get more information on them and possibly get in good terms with them. The embassy complex does not provide jobs, unfortunately. And neither will the Ministry of Espionage when I get it. But right now, because of the amenity issue, I would much rather wait to do anything more on Earth until I can get more amenities. Oh, almost forgot. I do need to assign a leader here. Let us pull Junichi Harada from 3rd Fleet. That gives us a little bit of a still significantly higher, but I think they're going to be able to handle it. As a matter of fact, the combat's going to happen a lot faster. 21 days. Yeah, I think this lone ship should be able to handle them.
Engaging hostile station.
The pirate base, while fairly inconspicuous, is obvious when you know what to look for. A fleet in confused formation slowly drifts out from behind the repurposed mining complex. They were obviously not expecting company. Open comms, the captives need to be ready. Hello again, President. I take it human ships are the cause of all this commotion? Our hosts seem about ready to leave their posts. Boarding this place would probably end badly for everyone involved, but if you attack the base directly, I think we can make a break for one of the lifeboats. Please try not to blow us up on our way out. Very well. I will try. Well, my shields are going down pretty quickly. Oh yes, no, this is not going well for my frigate, my lone frigate. I did take out one of theirs. Oh wait, I am winning now, I think. Nope, nope. We did emergency out. And we took out one of the raiders. But overall, that did not work out as well as I had hoped. Despite my advanced weaponry, we did tear down the armor on most of them. But it was just not enough with that lone ship. So we are going to need to send an actual fleet down here. Nearest fleet. Where's First Fleet? Nearest fleet is First Fleet. So Control Shift. Attack them. Okay, it's going to be another nearly 3 years before we get that solved. So our rescue attempt was a failure. Hopefully that does not end badly. I can, despite the fact that they're in transit, go ahead and reassign this leader. So yes, that did not work out as planned. And they'll be gone, the Dark Wanderer will be gone for 2 years. Received a communique from the Uko Praknar Kingdom. Uko Praknar. Spiritual Seekers. Let's see where they are first. Well met. I represent the Uko Praknar Kingdom, led by the illustrious Archprophetess Verpim the First. We rule our region of space under a divine mandate, and so long as you do not interfere in our spiritual affairs, our relations may remain cordial. Okay, we salute you. Where are you? Ah, a Scholarium under the Alvathari Star Assembly. The Galactic Tebedoran is a vassal. Where is the Alvathari? It's showing here. Polysimus Mandate are vassals under them. There they are. So they have 3 vassals. More than likely, they have been uplifting primitive species. And that's where they are getting all these vassals. I've decided I'm not going to make this a purely industrial world. I mean a purely factory world. I'm going to make it industrial. So I am building alloy foundries here as well. I still don't have an energy grid, I just noticed. I do need to build that next. And then I guess the rest will be strongholds. That arid world we created, excellent mining world, and large world. Okay, so deciphering the Grindles, we have made contact with the League of Brienne States.
An alien nation is hailing us.
They are also erudite explorers. Greetings! I am honored to have been chosen by Chairwoman Buddha Bayrunner to represent the League of Brienne States in all diplomatic dealings with your fascinating species. We strive to unlock the full potential of technology, a goal we hope you find equally worthwhile. I do. We can learn much from each other. So let us take have Christian Biaconley immediately start improving relations with them. They are an aquatic species. Yes, aquatic. I should have known. They're basically humanoid jellyfish. Now that did give us a chunk of influence, so our influence should be fine until the Stellarium is completed. Our food is dwindling, however. I do have available food jobs. I think maybe the reason it dropped is I built some advanced jobs on one of my worlds that was my breadbasket. The wormhole in Telasius has been explored. It connects to the Gardener system, which is in the League of Brienne States. Oh, how wonderful. So we now have a wormhole connecting us with these new erudite explorers we encountered. If we can get in good with them, having a federation with them would be great. That expands where we can explore from. Euxina has the full allotment of technicians. I could get one more technician to be in the energy grid, which will probably be completed before I get another technician. And after that, I really don't need the robot assembly plant churning out stuff for here. I can have it start churning out, say, miners or harvesters and helping my other worlds. I'm going to distribute some luxury goods here in Oltinia. I think I will develop agriculture districts here. That would only leave 2 more districts after that, which I could do as generator districts. So yeah, I could make this kind of a rural world in addition to the research that it will be doing. Which reminds me, did I ever get... No, I never did get the advanced research facilities. I just noticed the whole time that I'm basically sitting here doing nothing. There is another research station that I should have done there and then return here. Because it's going to be a while before I build that starbase anyway. Speaking of starbases, I can add another starbase. I'd actually like to build one here, because it would be able to get the trade from there, and the trade from this planet. I could build one in one of these areas. There is trade value in Markaz. Yeah, let's do Tremus. Let's begin the upgrade of Tremus.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Originally devised as an experimental next-generation colony ship hull, the design's ample hardpoints made it ideal for carrying heavy weapons ordnance. Now I could go to the Star Fortress. Alloy Mega Fortress would give me more alloys. Civilian Repli complexes would give me even more artisans, but this costs motes, this costs crystals. I could make destroyers cheaper and faster to build, but I believe at this point I should knock out the crystal infused plating so that I can start upgrading all of my ship designs. And I don't have a material specialist, so she can stay right there. Several spacefaring empires, some of them unknown to us, have banded together to form a galactic community. This supranational institution is to serve as a forum where important matters can be discussed. Although we were not involved in its founding, The other members have extended an invitation to the United Nations of Earth for formal membership. Should we accept? Yes. The Prime Awareness.
We are being hailed.
The Avolthi Star Assembly would like an embassy. Good. Yes, I'll agree. Let's actually look at the galactic community. Now, because we did not do the first contact with the Commonwealth of Man, we will not get the unique dialogue that comes from the Commonwealth of Man and Earth making contact again.
En nu vad gör de?
They're hegemonic imperialists, go figure. Alright, who all is in here? The Prime Awareness, us, Commonwealth of Man, League of Brienne States, Verzak, Garanshu. That's one I do not know, the Hithian Confederation. The Ivzorak Star Regime is another one I do not know. Citizen State of Hasuk. What did that say? I had some weird mouse over on them. Oh, there. Ubarak Company, we do not know. Til-Lenesi Hive, we do not know. Ubarak Alliance. So there were about 6 that we did not know. So let's look at our contacts. Commonwealth of Man is at war with the citizen state of Hasuk. Let's do just a quick run through down here. More hegemonic imperialist, go figure. Look at all the hegemonic imperialists. Yep, the Hithian Confederation. Driven assimilators, the Prime Awareness. Ruthless capitalists, the Ubarak. So we have some driven assimilators, the Prime Awareness. We need to figure out where they are, because they are a potential threat. Okay, they're not near us, at least. So yes, there was quite a cluster of empires over on this side, it appears. Now, we did not have any envoys still in the process of a first contact. But as soon as we can free up the one in that spy network, we can get to work on improving relations with someone else. And I believe at least one more of them was one worth pursuing relations with. I guess maybe we should start keeping an eye upon the Commonwealth of Man. Now, we should also look at where we rank. Oh, the Prime Awareness is number 4. Then the Tezekian Hive and the Alvathari Star Assembly. Where does Commonwealth of Man ranks below the Fire Tribes of Kel? But we have the birth of the Galactic Council. I really wish when the Galactic Council was formed that you would get the first contact pop-ups as if they had contacted you, so you're not getting any influence out of it, but as if they had just get those pop-ups for all the other empires you suddenly meet, and then instead of just opening dialogue, give us the first contact, because we've never met them before. There would be some introduction.
We are being hailed.
Are we? League of Brienne States would like an embassy. Good. I believe... Yes, I do have someone improving relations with you. I should have sent Second Fleet, not First Fleet. Sunderhan Star Hierarchy has joined the galactic community. Where is the fleet? Did I not send someone down here to fight these guys? You're automatically patrolling. You're automatically patrolling. I guess we will send Second Fleet. I thought I had given the order for someone to come down this way, but apparently not. The noble I have neglected. They are doing nothing. Let's have them explore that way. And then we will have explored the extent of the Garanshu and see about their neighbor, the Prime Awareness. That is who attacked the United Rayan Stars. Alright. Sundrathan. They are probably recently uplifted, if I had to guess. They are erudite explorers. Yes, I'm willing to bet they have just been uplifted. Alright, we have some proposals here. The Verzak Citizen Coalition is proposing the Readied Shield. The universe is a dangerous place, and all members of the galactic community should be ready to defend their worlds, whether it be against pirates, space creatures, or the unknown. And I usually go by the flavor text more than the modifiers as to whether or not I feel my empire is interested in it. And yes, we are. Members of the galactic community should be ready to defend their worlds. Regulated growth. By regulating the borders of its member nations, we can secure a safer and fairer galaxy for all. Though some might find the bureaucracy stifling, it is for the betterment of us all. I'm not sure how I feel about regulated border growth. Right now, I have room for expansion while other empires do not. This seems to be me more about equity than equality. So for now, I'm just going to abstain, but I think I might actually oppose this. I'll have to think about it when it's getting ready to come up for a vote. Fire Tribes of Kel finally annexed their Sacrosanct Church Foundation, which means that I should have an envoy available, which I will immediately stick in that other erudite explorers to improve relations with them. Chloe McBain will go there. Alright, so I got some Church refugees on Earth. And more on Earth. Earth was overcrowded already, my friend. So we have a lot of unemployment. You guys can move off to other planets. Well, one of them migrated already. Which one was it? The human. And we are under a new campaign. Jog Naksheen, the governor of Seoul, is the leading candidate. He's in the Alien Suffrage Foundation. Our current president is the lowest supported candidate. And we did complete the mandate of the current president. It's already gone. Oh. Yeah, I'll wait till crystal infused plating is done. I have not done the designs for the cruisers yet, but I was waiting until I got that technology completed.
Colony establishment has begun.
Alright, our second colony ship has arrived to begin its colony procedure. We should be able to get rid of... Well, no, we can't... yeah, we can get rid of dangerous wildlife. I didn't realize we'd already gotten that technology. This will take a year and 8 months. Well, that right there is a year and 2 months. This would be a year and 9 months. We will go ahead and remove them all, starting with the volcano, then the dangerous wildlife, and finally the radioactive wasteland. There's an active volcano in this region spewing forth lava and volcanic gases. The wildlife in this region is particularly lethal, with many dangerous predators and poisonous plants, and few organisms can survive in this desolate, irradiated wasteland. This is going to be a generator world without a shadow of a doubt. The League of Phemisto has joined the galactic community. They are Democratic Crusaders. Oh, yes. We are definitely want to get an envoy there. You know what? We don't need our spies anymore. So let us move the one that is doing espionage in the galactic Tebadoran hierarchy. Democratic Crusaders believe that it is their moral imperative to spread their democratic way of life. They tend to get along well with other democracies, but are more than willing to use military force to liberate the populations of less democratic empires. This is my playstyle. I am a Democratic Crusader. Let's see, their species... Their founder species are actually fungoids, and actually that's like the Blorg model. But their president is of a different species. Yes, I do like the League of Phemisto so far. Where are you guys? Rebelled against the Commonwealth of Man. Oh yes, we definitely want to get in good with you guys. I can guarantee your independence. I can establish an embassy right now. I can guarantee their independence, but I really can't reach them. So this isn't going to be much of a promise, but it is going to boost our relations. More than likely, if the Commonwealth of Man attacks them, I won't be able to do squat. But we will vocally guarantee their independence. It's going to cost us influence, though. And we've still got 2 more years. We can do it. United Nations of Earth views the continued independence of the League of Phemisto as a prerogative. We are prepared to formally devote ourselves to that cause. And yes, we are.
We are being hailed.
The Uko Praknar Kingdom would like an embassy. The Collective Consciousness is promoting administrative insight. As part of our efforts to simplify galactic bureaucracy, we are enforcing a clearer administrative hierarchy in the Senate, particularly between those member states that already have diplomatic agreements in place. Subjects have an ethics attraction toward their overlords' fanatic ethics. Simplified galactic bureaucracy by enforcing a clearer administrative hierarchy. I do like simple bureaucracy, but it's the enforcing the clearer administrative hierarchy. It's basically reaffirming that the subject is a subject. You know, there's a hierarchy here, a class system, and all of that. Whereas our agreement, I would like laws that support breaking of our contract as a penalty, because we did enter into an agreement. There needs to be penalties for breaking an agreement. But I just don't like the wording on that. While I do like the effects, I can deal with the slight monthly loyalty change. I do like the ethics attraction. I'm simply going to abstain from this one as well for now until I think about it some more.
We are being hailed.
Alright, the League of Phemisto would like an embassy. Good. And the Uberic Alliance, oh, they are adorable. They are erudite explorers as well. They would like an embassy. You guys are independent. I don't have anybody with you, do I? Alright, you guys are erudite explorers. Okay, sorry, Verzax. I have found somebody I prefer to have dealings with. These adorable little reptilians. Hello, my friends.
Research concluded.
These new shield generators represent the next generation of energy screens, replacing the older deflector technology. They offer significantly better protection. Hyper relays form a chain of structures built outside the gravity well of systems, allowing fast travel from relay to relay rather than requiring transit to establish hyperlane entrances. Now, I believe those take influence to build. Well, now that we've met most of the empires, I think I'm going to do the quantum firewalls to make sure that they're not doing a lot of spying on me. And I do believe I have someone who is better at computing. Yes. Now, I believe that person would be better here because of the 15% research bonus. And finally, we can go back to the Asimov, which is just assisting research, and put Honor Butler in there. She is fairly decent level. Overall changes: in about 3 months we will start retrofitting ships and designing the new cruisers. Before the year is out, we will have both of these other researchers. And I believe, yes, well no, it'll be next year before we have our next tradition, which isn't critical, but I think I am going to go with the dietary enrichment, simply because of my deficit in food right now. Whatever your reasons, your support is appreciated. Oh, we have another security contractors, and that's put out by the Hazar Pact, one of our allies. In the interest of galactic security, we should invest resources in independent security agencies. These highly trained and non-political professionals will help organize defense for the members of the galactic community. I am all for independent oversight. So yes, having independent security agencies that could assist out, say, weaker empires would be great. And plus the Hazar are an ally of mine, so let us support that. Yeah, right now, this is why I never really waste influence on the galactic community. If you wait long enough, all of the resolutions should be proposed by the AI, spending their influence. However, they have changed their weight toward whether or not they want to propose something, so that it may not be that way anymore since the Fornax update. I'll have to wait and see how it plans out, but prior experience tells me never really waste my time, my influence in the galactic community. What I want will be proposed by someone. This is one I'm going to support. Hithian Confederation. We should establish protocols that permit the scientists of the galactic community to share and review discoveries more easily. Yes, I am all for cooperative research channels. Garanshu Confederation has declared the Hazar Pact their rival. I do not like that. I could declare them my rival in response. Alright, the Tezekian Hive we've gotten a favor from. But I would need bad relations or actually terrible relations.
System survey concluded.
Or an envoy harming relations to be able to do it. But I could use the influence. That's one of the reasons I'm not getting a lot of influence. I don't have many rivals. I don't have any rivals, actually. For reasons unknown, Hiram 3 has been enclosed within an impenetrable shield, and the shield is cracking. The entire world is encased in some kind of an impenetrable energy barrier. Huh. We have now found beings far surpassing anything encountered in our Empire's spacefaring history. Life capable of growing to an unprecedented scale, rivaling moons in size and mass. Nothing could have prepared us for this. This day will forever mark a turning point in the story of the United Nations of Earth. Let us hope we survive long enough to tell it. Was that considered my Leviathan? I don't think did I get information somewhere else that showed me a Leviathan? Yes, I did. The scavenger bot. Alright, so we are definitely not going to survey that system. Let's just explore up this way and check out the Prime Awareness's territory while they're still not hostile to us. They have cruisers as well. We're finally catching up in military tech, though, just not military might. Finish this archaeological site. Further investigation reveals that the primary purpose of this site seems to have been in the research and development of biological agents. The whole complex seems to have been purged by fire, possibly as a result of an accidental release of one of the biological agents being developed here. With careful and meticulous study of the artifacts that remain, some clues may be found. That knocks 2 months off of that. Now I believe that scientist is idle, my archaeologist. I currently have no other archaeological sites in my empire. I will hopefully be able to expand this way and get more, but in the meantime, let us explore. Jag Naksheen has been elected President of the United Nations of Earth. Good, I wanted him to. He was previously the Governor of Seoul. He wants us to build 2 additional mining districts. Well, I'll try my best. Now, leader-wise, I think the previous leader was a scientist. Yes, a statecraft scientist. So I will need to recruit another governor for Earth. Or for the Seoul sector. Crime reduction, food from jobs, crime reduction are my only options. Alright, let's go back to the sectors. Sugalia. Let's go to Sugalia sector. It has 2 planets in it. New Jamestown, which is a research world, and Nueva Chaldees, which is one of our breadbaskets. The governor here is a researcher. Well, let us put Tarush in charge of there. Earth has no research worlds in it, really. Neither does Ponel. Friaka has research worlds. Avalon and Ultinia. So we will swap out Boka for the research booster and give Earth Boka. I am going to replace one of the research labs on Earth with another holo theater. I could do the gene clinic. It does less amenities, however. It would only provide 10 amenities, where the holo theater will provide 20. And I don't really need the habitability. The growth bonus would be nice, but Earth is near its cap anyway. As a matter of fact, it has more population than it can support, unless I were to upgrade some of these buildings. So the holo theater is the better option, especially since I can eventually upgrade the holo theaters. As a matter of fact, if I could get the upgrade for the holo theaters, it would be better. Maybe I will do gene clinics in the interim for the... Well, I don't really need the population growth or the habitability bonuses. I mean, the habitability bonuses will mainly help out other species, I believe. Yeah, they've only got 80%. They've got 90. I could give them 100% other species on this world. Yes, okay. We are going to replace a research lab with a gene clinic instead. Because I can currently upgrade the gene clinics. So I could upgrade this gene clinic to not only provide more jobs, but to get up to the same level as the holo theater in amenities. I'm moving the research off of Earth, even though the capital gives 10% resources from jobs and is one of the only planetary designations that will boost researchers. I just see Earth as more of a bureaucratic center than a research. And I have several worlds that give like 20% bonuses to research of specific fields. While that's not quite as good as 10% to all 3 fields, in the long run I think it's going to be better because I can slam those planets with research labs, whereas Earth I have to set aside for certain buildings that can only be built on the capital. Embassy complex, the Ministry of Intelligence for spy networks, and I think there's at least one other that can only be built on the capital. We shall have to see as it comes up. I still would like to have higher mineral production. We have another one proposed in here. I guess it is the Guardian Angels Act by the Garanshu. The soldiers that dedicate their lives to keeping our planet safe should be recognized and honored. Yes, I agree with that. Yet another one. Pan-Galactic Recycling Initiatives by the Prime Awareness. The Driven Assimilators want us to recycle. Go figure. We all benefit from reducing waste and reusing what we can. Sharing recycling protocols between the nations of the galactic community will help us all. Yes, it will.
A new world has been colonized.
So not only did we get our new colony, we got 2 researchers. Start with the colony. Shangri-La is now established. First thing being built will be... Well, this is a Gaia world. I don't really need gene clinics here apart from the population growth bonus. But I will build them anyway. We also need to designate this as a colony for now, and we need to create a new sector. Now, Shangri-La is in what system? Trimus. So this will be the Trimus sector for now. And let us go with another intellectual. Actually, yeah, let us recruit an intellectual. But we are actually going to pull the adaptable to here. Go to planets and sectors, assign the intellectual to this one because this is our other research sector. And rename this sector to Trimus. So yes, our Trimus sector is producing engineering, but it's all from science, but it's all from stations. Friaka and Sugalia are 2 primary. We are getting quite a bit from Earth right now, but that is going to change as we replace those jobs. We're just getting 25 from those 2 from Earth. All right, so with the advent of clean fusion, automation, and matter compression technologies, it was only a matter of time before the mountaintop removal became mountain range removal. Vast range of tall and impassable mountains stretches across this region. Now, I don't have the food processing facilities yet, and they could be useful right now. Any capital that has been upgraded will automatically boost all resources from jobs by 10%, but it'll also up the upkeep. That's a good one. We could get gene modification points. I really wish they had given me the upgraded holo theaters, but we will go for the food processing. It's fairly quick, and I do need food processing facilities to boost my farming worlds. Now you are not a specialist for that area. We will take Honor Butler and place the highest level of the 2 unemployed or available. You're level 4. We will place Ryotu Saito assisting research. By infusing crystal armor plating with crystalline matter, we are able to further increase the durability of our ship's protective hulls. Synthetic crystal plants. We are running into a problem with crystals. And right now I think that's the upgrade to go for. While I would like habitats, that will take a while, and they cost a lot of influence. While other upgrades to my ships might be nice, this is the only one that doesn't require me retrofitting my ships. And I don't even have the cruisers out yet, and that's also an expensive one. So I will just go with the synthetic crystal plants right now and see if we can get a reroll on a technology. Plus, I might be able to build some of them to help with this deficit I'm having. Now that we have that, we can go into the ship designer. And first, let's check these designs. Okay, we can replace these with crystallized infused plating. That will cut down on the cost. I forgot to, we'll do it on the next one, the Krabby Picket. Now, anytime you adjust one, it'll be thrown to the bottom, so it's best when you're going through all of your ship designs, start at the top. 122.55. Yeah, that knocks 8 alloys off of the cost of these. Now, I'm not going to modify my destroyer designs just yet because I have destroyers in transit. Yeah, it will be 2264 or close to 2264 before I am ready to upgrade the destroyer designs. But in the meantime, I can upgrade the defense platform designs. That makes them cheaper. As a matter of fact, let's go back to the design. It's 257 as opposed to 291. That is a huge chunk of the cost of these defense platforms. And now we can create some cruiser designs. Now, cruisers have 3 sections to effect. The first 2 are your armor, your defense, and the last one is the afterburners, or the auxiliaries. So let's see. Artillery, missile, and broadside. Now, this is one of the things they're going to change with the ship designs. The missile is going to be replaced with torpedo. Missiles will be able to be put into any small slots. Let's start with the broadside. Broadside core. Actually, we should probably design a hangar ship. But no, let's just start with all the broadsides. Even though that's what was already up here. It's all going to be all medium weapons. We will put a null void beam on the back. Lasers on the front. And the middle section will be all mass drivers. Now we've got 8 slots basically. But I think I'm going to go heavy shields. With the extra slot. As far as auxiliaries go, 90% accuracy, 75% accuracy, 90% accuracy. These things add 5%. Yeah. And we will be a line ship. That gives us a range of 50. These things shoot out to 75. Those shoot out to 60. That puts us right where we need to be. Because if we went artillery, we'd stay out at 80 and it only had 5% to the range, so these things would only go to like 72. No, not 72. Yeah, because 10% would be 66. 5% will be 63. I don't know why I thought I was dividing by 5 instead of multiplying by 5. So yeah, it'll only go out to 63. So yeah, we want to keep this as a line ship. So the Oriskany, and we'll just use the designations for the sectors. And now we can get rid of their auto design. And we do need to design a few more, but I just wanted to get the broadside design first. Now we need at least one artillery hangar. And I guess broadside would be the other one to put on here. There isn't an artillery... Yeah, there is an artillery corps. Okay, let's go with artillery corps. Yeah, artillery, broadside. That would give us... we will do all three of these as mass drivers, I think. Well, let's see. The medium null void has a range of 90. Yeah, let's put one null void in the back. And, of course, a large laser in the front. Get us some crystal-infused plating. Some armor. The rest will be shields. Our auxiliary will be auxiliary fire control entirely. And we will be an artillery ship. The Lutzen AAB. And we need one designed for handling smaller craft. So that would be, I guess, the missile bow, the missile core, and the gunship stern. And this one we are going to put at, well, let's see the small range. 50, 40, 60. So the lasers would not be, we wouldn't be able to really make use of small lasers. But we really wouldn't need to with the missiles. And we are going to use actual missiles, not torpedoes. Torpedoes are anti-armor. Actually, for now, we will put one torpedo on the front. This design would have to change heavily when the update came through. Let's go ahead and fill everything with mass drivers first. And we will put null void beams. Well, the null void beams are much better at tearing down shields, but the mass drivers are good at tearing down shields. I think we will go with the all mass drivers, because the missiles and the torpedoes will be working on the armor. And we are going to be a line ship. Armor first. So I can just fill in the rest with shields. And we definitely need the auxiliary fire control on this because ballistic weapons have low accuracy. The Shilang MMG. So we have one designed to handle smaller craft that does have some heavy-hitting missiles. We have one that is anti-large craft, and one that is pretty much mid-range. It's good against cruisers and destroyers. Do we want to go the missile route or the hangar route? The hangar would give us point defense weapons. We do not have one that is heavy on point defense. So we have an anti-small ship, anti-large ship, and a mix. Yeah, we do need to design one with point defense. Now there is no hangar bow, so we will use the missiles. We use a hangar core. And I guess the gunship stern. Yeah, we can only put like one hangar on here. So maybe instead of missiles and extra small, this one is kind of anti-small craft. A hangar might be a better option for this. This would be one that would actually come up in close to shoot smaller things down. But, yeah, you don't really have much in the way of picket options for cruisers. Just the hangar core. That's the only place that gives you a little bit of aircraft and pickets. Maybe that's a design we'll worry about later, because I believe battleships can have more hangars. So yeah, 3 will work. That will give us 3 categories to add to our existing fleets here. So this one, primary anti-large ship with the corvettes. These are gunships, so they are mid-range. So what we need, actually no, the gunships have a lot of small weapons. Those are anti-small craft. So what we need is the broadside, I believe. Yeah, the medium weapons, kind of the mix. And actually, maybe we could have made the Orascani have the hangar bow. Because yes, what we are missing is pickets for a cruiser. Let us actually redo that ship design real quick. So let's go back to the ship designer and the Orascani. We will change this core to a hangar core. Redo our defenses. We're going to add flak batteries. Yeah, we're going to add 2 flak batteries and a scout wing. And we are going to change this designation, BHB, and get rid of this design for now. We only need 3 cruiser designs. Back to our fleets. We do have 30 more capacity for our fleets. So we would be able to up the destroyers to 6-4. And that still leaves us 20 for the cruisers. So this one needs this. 5 cruisers fills up that capacity. So we have 20 corvettes, 10 destroyers, and 5 cruisers in our fleets planned out. Now for second fleet, we have interceptors, that's anti-small craft. We have our picket class there, so we need anti-large craft, which would be our artillery cruisers. For third fleet, we have the pickets as the corvettes. Anti-large craft. So now we would go with the anti-small craft. For the cruisers. Oh, I forgot to up these. And I think I also forgot to do that for this fleet. And actually, I will probably end up adding a second type of cruiser when I get more fleet size and worry about the designs then. But for now, we're going with a single class. Overall, I will need a 182 naval capacity, so I will need 70 more naval capacity in the interim. I will worry about it as I get closer. That would get us much closer to our power projection limit. We still won't reach 426, which is what we need, but we will get closer. Following a long period of growing support for the Banner of Triumph, the Uberic Alliance has embraced the faction and they've become more militaristic. I wanted to see what the Uberic Alliance was like. Is that one that I was just dealing with? Because, no, they're the Ruthless Cap. Wait a minute. That's Uberic Company. Hegemonic Imperialist. Oh my god, they went from the Democratic to the Imperialist, or the Erudite Explorers. Please tell me we did not just lose those wonderful Democrats. No, they're the Democratic Crusaders. Okay, good. But yes, unfortunately now they're hegemonic imperialist. I'm no longer interested in improving relations with them. I'd rather go back to the Garanshu Corporation. But I can't move them for 8 more months. Uberic Alliance is independent of the Uberic Company. Where are they located?
Research concluded.
Alright, they broke their migration treaty with the Sendrathan star hierarchy. That's politics that means nothing to me right now. But yeah, I don't see the Uberic Company. There it is. Okay, the Uberic Company and the Uberic Alliance are independent of each other. One of them has to have been rebels. Advances in computing technology have given us new ways to protect our data from prying eyes. Research Institute. Oh, no. Quantum hacking. That'll give us another envoy from the... Actually, the Bureau of Espionage is an edict, not a building. Well, that's even better. But yeah, that will give us another envoy. But that means I will have to give up on research. One of the edicts I'm running, we're over by 30 points anyway. I would have to give up on the research subsidies. I don't mind being over by 30 points, considering how much Unity I provide right now. That's not a huge drain. But once I get the other edicts I would want to run, I will swap. Actually, I could drop the research subsidies now. That would give me more energy credits. I could start banking up more to buy more minerals and run Land of Opportunity instead. No, I'll stick with this for now. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the gene clinics here. Because amenities are getting low. That'll also up the jobs again. Of course, that is going to pull some miners up until I get more. Alright, this fleet was at full strength. They are currently patrolling. I'm going to go ahead and have them upgrade. They'll have to upgrade again when I come up with the better destroyer designs, but for now it will get the corvettes upgraded with better shields. I will do the same with Third Fleet.
System survey concluded.
One more system to survey over here, and then I will start exploring further up this way. The Urza organism is fairly large for something that is a subject, a subsidiary. How much larger is this one? Form the galactic market, definitely supporting that. De facto galactic trade, unbound by international diplomacy, has existed since the first two interstellar species met. As galactic leaders, we should agree that it is time to legitimize this commercial forum so that all may benefit. One other thing I should probably have done, and it's hard to find them unless you know where you put them, but somewhere around here I have star bases with defense platforms. Procyon maybe? Nope. I could zoom in. That would be an easier way to find them. Nimelin? Was that the one where I built them? Yes. I need to upgrade these defense hangars. And I believe Banus is the other one. No. It was not Banus. It was not Banus? It is Banus. I thought it was the other one. So we need to get those upgraded so that the hangars have better shields and the better hull points. I believe those are the only two. I kind of wish you could just click on something and know. Now, because those don't have maintenance, they'll only really show up if you have them built where you have a star base. It'll show that you have an upgrade potential there. But I kind of wish it would show locations where you have defense platforms anyway. But they have no maintenance cost. So there's no real reason to get rid of them after you build them. But I do like to upgrade them so that they're more effective. Well, these resolutions are just flying in right now. Charter of Workers' Rights. It is only right for us to codify the rights of the worker and protect them from common abuses. Yes.
Ship upgrades applied.
And immediately another resolution. Regulatory facilitation. We should leave regulatory decisions to the experts. Industry leaders are the best qualified to identify wasteful regulations that impede productivity. Actually, I oppose this. You want a third party to set the regulations, not the industry leaders themselves, because corporations are driven by the desire to make a profit, not the desire for the betterment of society for the most part. So, this hive, I'm sorry, I'm opposing that one right off the bat. And I forgot to mention, there's the League of Phemisto that proposed that one. And the other one that was most recently proposed was proposed by the United Rayan Stars, another, well, they're hegemonic imperialist, but, you know. I don't have anybody with United Rayan Stars, do I? No. And both of these were just the Starbase fleets. Hiram 3 is burning up. The planet is enclosed in a shield that is capturing Hiram's radiation, heating it to what will soon be uninhabitable temperatures. In the scorching heat, an advanced civilization of tiny squamate reptilians scurry about in frenzied activity. Some event of great magnitude seems to be in the works. Yet as tension peaks, time stops without warning, then stretches and morphs until impossibly the reptilians are back where they started. They appear to be locked in a time loop, a hopeless cycle of fast-forwarded repetition, starting at the birth of their civilization. In mere hours, countless generations can be observed living out their lives, unaware they have been condemned to certain crispy death. But we have discovered a crack in the shield that could allow us to change their fate. Someone locked the scaled critters up, probably for good reason. Interrupt the time loop, or their fate is their own to decide. Alright, I'm going to grab a smoke while I debate this. Okay, so I know what this incident is. I've had this in previous games. This is going to let out these adorable looking little reptilians that happen to be fanatic purifiers that want to wipe out all other life in the galaxy. So they most likely was a fallen empire that locked them in place. However, that's meta-knowledge. So from the perspective of United Nations of Earth, all we know is that there is reptilians scurrying about trying to stop their world from being destroyed. Now we would want to help them. So I think I am going to interrupt the time loop. Now, right now, from the perspective of the United Nations of Earth, we don't know if an outside force created this time loop or if they created it themselves to kind of maybe prevent the situation, go back in time and adjust it. So I'm going to attempt to interrupt the time loop. And it did not issue a special project, did it? Yes. 60 days. Very well. Research the projects in the system. Tricad. Second Fleet is still a year out. And finally I will complete the Ransomeers. And we have yet another. The T'Yanki Conservation Act. The Pirac want that. I agree with him, right off the bat from the name. The T'Yanki are a unique form of spacefaring life, and they must be protected from those who would do them harm. Now, honestly, this is a regulation you would usually ignore. You wouldn't want it to be up here wasting time getting with things that don't really benefit you too much. But again, most of my choices, especially with the United Nations of Earth, are from a more role-playing than meta standpoint.
Construction completed.
Alright, now that one is going back to Hithara, and I do need, once I start getting influence again, I think I need to expand this way, because that is a very good mining center, and I need minerals. And I also need crystals. But I also want to push here to get this way before the Fire Tribes of Kel decide to expand.
Construction completed.
Trimus A is completed. And I think the first thing I'm going to do with it is trade centers, because if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, if I made this a trading hub, it would be able to reach all the way to there. I plan on having colonies there and there eventually, and there are 2 colonies in this sector. Well, the first thing we'll probably put here will be a transit hub. Because I may be struggling to get buildings onto these worlds that will be developing, so they may come up with unemployment, especially if they get, speaking of which, I'm going to distribute luxury goods here. It's a newly founded world I want to start growing, and with the transit hub there, if I get too much unemployment, the people can migrate off. I believe I am actually going to make Al-Madain a unification center. So I think I will finally build this Ministry of Culture that I've had forever and not been building. It provides quite a bit of culture. And that will also provide quite a bit of jobs here. Now, if I go to the designations, Unification Center, I believe actually does benefit Unity output. Only for bureaucrats. It will not affect the culture workers. So, apart from the culture workers and the that I will be getting, I may put bureaucratic centers here, but I may just put the Ministry of Culture and the Culture Building. I do still need refineries as well. Actually, hang on. Right now I can't build the synthetic crystal labs, but I can build exotic gas refineries, though I don't have a shortage of exotic gas. But no, I much prefer to put my refineries on star bases. So yes, we will make this have a Ministry of Culture. Next building will probably be the Autocathon Monument. And then we may put some administrative offices on here if I have nothing else to do with the buildings. Though I do know if I'm going to have a lot of district slots, I'm going to have a lot of industry here. I will probably have 3 set aside for the Alloy Foundry, the Civilian Industries, and the Ministry of Production, which means, yeah, maybe 2 bureaucratic centers. Or, no, one of them's got to be a hollow center, and, well, I guess not. I still do have more minerals. Alright, this planet needs an energy grid. For this last, technician. And then we can go back to soldiers for the rest of the slots.
The special project has concluded.
The good news is we have broken the time loop on Hiram 3. The bad news is its inhabitants did not survive the ordeal. The loop, which was caused by an artificial singularity field that curves space and time within the shield, was set to deactivate on an unknown but very specific change in the lizard's behavior. Our scientists believe it may have had something to do with their somewhat aggressive tendencies. Through a stupefying coincidence, we managed to break the loop at the moment when the lizards had their tiny paws on the nuclear launch trigger. Within seconds of their release, the reptilians had disappeared in a fiery inferno of nuclear devastation. So I made a poor choice. I should have repaired, it appears. Regrettable. So that would be a tomb world now, I believe. It does have mote harvesting on it. It has no resource features whatsoever. So this is city and industry. Now, I believe it's random outcomes, no matter which choice you make. It could be that I repaired the shield and they still became the fanatic purifiers, but so be it. I tried to help them, and we failed. Here follows the latest newsletter for all our patrons. Absolutely no information whatsoever. I do need influence. Yeah, but you told me nothing, you bastard, but we will donate anyway. Energy credits exchanged for influence. I like that. Now we could invest in another Ministry of Culture after we build the one we have. You can only have one per planet. Art pieces. 600 energy credits to be able to build an art monument decision that adds to amenities and immigration pool. Yes, fabulous. We'd be glad to entrust you with one of our creations. It is sure to bring joy to the people of your empire. It's a deal. So on Earth, we can exhibit that art monument. That should help with our amenity issues. Now, I think you can only buy a total of 5 art exhibits from the Artisans Troop. So you have to choose wisely.
Research concluded.
Primitive encryption systems stand no chance against modern decryption tools. Alright, advanced research complexes still available. Chemical plants to make motes. The Energy Nexus, which is an improved energy grid. I believe this is the final upgrade for the reactor boosters. But let us go for advanced research complexes. We need to improve our research. This will take a while, but it is worth the investment. It's not even a year and a half. Improved food processing techniques will lead to better preservation methods and less spoilage. Alright, we can get an overall boost to amenities. Get started on terraforming. More edicts fund and the administrative complex. The energy siphon is another weapon that is great against shields, but this one has no penalty to hull. Just not as high of a bonus to shields as the null void beam. Alright, we'll go for effective bureaucracy. I do need more edicts fund. And it is one of the faster researches apart from frequency tuning, which is not a big deal to me right now. I do have a statecraft person.
Ship upgrades applied.
Third fleet is fully upgraded. Apart from the changes I need to make to the Corvette. But they did get, yeah, they went ahead and gave them the upgraded shields. I mean the destroyers. I believe, yeah, they did get the upgraded shields. So the only thing they need to do is replace those with plating. Oh, and I forgot to make sure that this one, let's just have it go to Friaka. I'm doing it wrong. It is right-click. There we go. Now, if I go back to looking at trade values, yeah, there's currently not a chance of piracy along here, but I'm eventually going to have to patrol. But we do have pretty bad chance of piracy along these routes. And right now, Second Fleet is gone, but First Fleet is still patrolling here somewhere. No, First Fleet is upgrading. And then they will return to their patrols. Second Fleet's order has been canceled again. They are returned to automatic patrolling. Attack them. What it is anytime this guy shifts along the system there, I'm losing sight of them. And now I just basically told them to go there and broke their patrol order. So yeah, and just in case that gets broken, I just want you to go there, thank you. Stop interrupting your order and extending how long it's taking you to get there. Alright, as soon as we finish these gene clinics, we need to get started on a robotics assembly plant. And then I think the first thing we're going to do here is agriculture districts. Yeah, I think we are going to make this kind of a rural world. We'll get agriculture and mining. And I will worry about the generator districts if I need it. Otherwise, I will make it industry, because we do have another world that is amazing for energy output. So we can just go ahead and make this both agriculture and mining with the rest in industrial. You were the one going to explore. Yeah, we just lost our archaeologist. Darmug just died at the age of 71. Now we already do have another scientist, so I don't need to recruit another right now. We had more scientists than we had ships. The Alvorthy Star Assembly has proposed buzzword standardization. We have to enable our enterprises to work seamlessly with one another, streamlining strategic communications empowers our agents, making hitting key performance metrics easier. Yeah, sure. Streamline communication. Yeah, now if we watch here, when he goes to transport, we're going to lose sight of that hostile fleet. That's what's been interrupting my fleet's orders coming down here. We're going to get dietary enrichment. The nutritional value of the nourishments we harvest for our populations can be increased through various enrichment techniques, enabling us to feed more mouths with less food. And I think we'll go ahead and do appropriation before we do survival of the fittest, because I am going to be moving robots soon. Because I do have a world that is going to be done with all of its robot assemblies and still have a robotics facility on the planet that I can have it shifting
Ship upgrades applied.
robots to other worlds that need it. Alright, first fleet is fully upgraded. We are still quite a ways away from all of our ships coming out of the nebulous transport. We've discovered a moon base where? I'm not worried about it. That's way out of my systems. But I will have you survey that system. There's a hostile fleet in there. Yeah, that is a huge fleet of drones. We aren't going to be... Let's go ahead and mark that as system restricted. I don't want you going through that system. But yeah, we'll go ahead and survey that system before we check out some of the rest of their area. Less than a little over 9 months. And we will finally have our vassal as a Stellarium. Avalon can upgrade to a planetary capital. That takes all of my minerals. And I forgot to go to my edicts. Bureau of Espionage is 106. Let's drop research subsidies. First, let's check. 1063. We're going to run the Bureau of Espionage. That gives us some spare right now. Now, this probably won't update till next month, so it's whether it goes to 952. We do have our additional envoy now. Let us put him back in with the Garanshu. Oh, we are improving relations with the Garanshu. Well, is there anybody I want to be in with that I am not improving? I don't have an envoy in the Pyrarch. I'd like to get rid of the one in the Uberic. Alright, yes, let's go back to the Pyrarch. With Adrimga. And let us see if we can move the one with the... Yeah, the Uberic can move out now. So what we want to do is go to the driven assimilators. No. The Commonwealth of Man. They're in supremacist stance. They're hegemonic imperialist. They're military dictatorship.
En nu vad gör de?
I think we need a spy network. their relative encryption is weak. So we should get information on them fairly easily and get an idea of what Commonwealth of Man is up to. Yes, see, it's already changed to where he's just moving instead of going to attack this group. The Verzaks are at peace with the Hithians. Verzaks have declared the Garanshu Confederation their rival. I have a feeling the Verzaks are about to get into a bunch of stuff that they probably are not fully prepared for. And I completely forgot to double check. It does look like the months did not get affected. Let's go ahead and upgrade this Autochthon monument. Get some more jobs on Earth. The Dark Wanderer has returned. Let's have it repaired at the nearest... Okay, Friaka. I just tell you... return home.
Research concluded.
The crystallization process is complicated and difficult, but synthetic crystals can be manufactured by using specialized industrial plants. Destroyer reduction again. Armor upgrades. Star Fortress. More research. I guess we will go for the destroyer patterns. Well, let's see. Still need a year. So if I can get out another ship upgrade in under a year. $13 months. Yes, that will work. Because it's actually a little over a year. So yeah, we'll get the upgraded ion thrusters. That will help with our ship's evasion and their movement speed before I actually take the time to upgrade the cruiser designs. Still 6 months away from getting our influence back. Alright, the Ubaric Company is suggesting comfort the fallen, interesting for ruthless capitalist. The lowest among us is still one of us, and we should come together to assist them in their time of need. I support that. Dark Wanderer is fully repaired. I think for now, I will have the Dark Wanderer patrol this small section to Trimus that is going to be building up. And I think it is time to recruit a new admiral. We will go with Obertons because he's cheaper. Alright, finally finished all the surveys over here. I guess we can go survey the Vega system, and then... Actually, before we survey Vega, survey that one, and then that one, and then that one. And we will just go checking out this organism's territory.
A new world has been colonized.
Alright, we were just 50 days shy of being able to get rid of the last one. And of course the first building, this is a tomb world. However, these guys are 100% tomb world habitability. I don't really need the gene clinic here as much as I think I need the robot assembly plant. I don't have the money for it or the minerals for it just yet, so we will wait until January before we assign that, since its production queue is busy currently anyway. Battle should be joined shortly. Just in time for Christmas. The Senate floor is in session. The galactic community is now voting on a new resolution to decide if it becomes a galactic law. Now, it actually enters session and completes voting on like the 30th of December. All right, so... Oh, these guys are still kind of are pretty beat up. This battle is going to be quick. I forgot to clear that. So we are currently voting on Form the Galactic Market. I'm in favor of it. But it's going to be 5 years? No. 3... Let's see, a year is 360 days. 5 years would be 1,800 days. So this is 4 years, which would be 1440. Yes. So yes, the first Senate resolution will pass right before 2267. Now let's get a robotics assembly plant up and running here. That is all I can do with my minerals. Back to the combat. This is going to be quick.
Research concluded.
Okay. Improved algorithms for processing and organizing vast amounts of data has streamlined decision-making and information sharing throughout the Empire. What do we have access to now? Another civic slot. That would take a while, 2.5 years. The upgrade to the soldiers' barracks. More star bases. Off-world trading company. Ship build speed and reduced upkeep. I believe this might be the final upgrade in that line. Let's get the energy siphon. No. We will get the stellar expansion for more starbase capacity. I can actually build a couple of fortress star bases to help with the piracy. I do have a new worlds. So we will take the person from the trade wind and swap them out with our statecraft specialist. As a matter of fact, no, you're only good for assisting research. No, I think... Oh, you're better for surveys. Let's swap you out with the one guy in the trade wind. Get you back to surveying. I have another industrial scientist. This fight is about to be over. As the pirate base slowly tears itself apart in a savage chain reaction instigated by our military vessel, the search for the captive crew of the Luxon begins. If they have made it to a lifeboat, they should be attempting to hail us by now. Help. Are no lifeboats. We're abandoned, collapsing. Captain? Captain? Okay, there were no lifeboats. They died. The kidnapped humans never made it off the pirate base. We are unable to determine exactly where they met their end, if the lifeboat failed to launch, or if they never made it out of their holding cell, but fact remains that they are dead. The human people are sure to appreciate the swift action undertaken by the President of the United Nations of Earth, but they are also unlikely to soon forget this tragedy. So we will have -10 happiness for 5 years, but we did gain some influence. It's a shame. Alright, now you need to head back to your patrol route. You were patrolling these two systems, Wolgun and Chibane. Well, that's a shame. Alright, so after you finish the surveys here, you can survey that system and then move on this way. Wonder how many orders I can give you. That's it. So I'll have to add the final 3 after he's cleared out some progress here. The trade wind is parked. Ah, yes. This is a nebula. I'm going to have to... yeah, I'm just going to have to jump blind, but I'm pretty sure this area is theirs. Is that part of the nebula? No. Once I get out there, I should have sight again. Well, no. I'll have to explore that and survey that one because it looks like it's outside of their borders. Next month, 3 of our destroyers should show up. And is it the 27th or April 1st? 31 days. It's going to be in April. The Pyrrhac hierarchy has finished converting to the Stellarium specialization. That should restore my monthly gain. They are now a Stellarium. Gaining quite a bit of loyalty, actually. So we can now add the Ministry of Science, because that is the building specialized to them. Ministry overseeing local research and science, bringing the most noteworthy breakthroughs and discoveries back to the benefactors. That will affect their loyalty a little bit, but it boosts my research speed overall and provides me with research points. It's going to take a year. Alright, so we want to get started on some harvester robots here, because we are going to be building agricultural districts before anything else. Only 1 ship left in nebulous space before I start upgrading my designs for the cruisers. And I should have ion thrusters by then.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
We are finally positive on food, but we're getting extremely negative on consumer goods. I need to get some more consumer good facilities going. To expand our knowledge base, we must consider all levels of existence. A new realm of science awaits us. Multi-dimensional studies. Okay. That was the wrong research. This is the one I wanted. I wanted the Research Institute. What did I research? The upgraded advanced research complexes? Yes. Ugh. Actually, our energy credits are starting to drop some. Let's go for the Research Institute, which is the one I thought I was researching. I was not paying attention. That was an error on my part. Now this is dangerous. There's no telling what's in this system. It's in a nebula. I can't scan it ahead of time. There's got to be a reason they haven't claimed it yet. My guess is there's a Leviathan in here. We shall soon see.
Evasive maneuvers.
We've made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Great Wound System. For now, we have codenamed them Phantoms, until we can find out more about them. Okay, so it's not... This is the home world of the Void Clouds. Let's put you to passive and and manually give you orders. I want you to go here, and from there explore to there so I can see that system. And then I guess pop over there. But let's make sure that they make it out. Yeah, they're not really aggroed on me at this distance. We're good. Hostile fleets are just present, not attacking. I do need... we'll pull out the one in the Pirac. It's our subject. We can spare that one to get this research done. Alright, now that he's clear of that system, we'll put him back on evasive, because you can't give them orders if they're busy trying to evade. 3 more months. We'll have ion thrusters in 2. Envoy at Drimga is still working to confirm the hypothesis that the irregularities we had designated as phantoms is in fact a living organism. While it seems to be made up of a cluster of random stardust, it is demonstrably able to propel itself across the void and shows basic signs of independent agency. Our researchers are perplexed by the phenomenon and are working hard to verify our readings. We must be missing something. Once I complete this heritage site, I think I'm going to go ahead and replace these research labs with I don't have an energy grid on this planet yet. These with administrative offices. I don't know yet. No, I need to do something else. We need more consumer goods. Alright, we need more consumer goods, so I'm going to add some civilian industries here, I believe. I will pull up some of my miners, but we are producing more miners. Now that we are getting influence again, I missed it. He's already claiming that system. So I'm going to be cut off. I delayed too late. But we will go ahead and build this one. And then I can come back and fill in these gaps. Get that one and those. And I also need to start getting this one. So those are the 2 I'm going to be claiming first. Then we will push these while this guy finishes off the gaps over here. But yes,
research concluded.
Too little, too late. I got cut off at Alderaan. That's fine. That looks like this is going to be the extent of my size. I will now have to work on habitats. It would have been nice to be able to push out to here and get some, especially Baja. But no, well, I can still expand this way. No, wait, that's the Pirac. I'll let the Pirac expand that way. That way I can kind of get my empire size a little bit more under control and focus, I guess, on banking my influence after I claim these last few for habitats. These electric thrusters use beams of ions to generate thrust without the need for propellant. We can upgrade our mineral purification hubs, and I do have volatile motes. Or we could start working on habitats. I think minerals is the better choice. getting 2 more minerals per miner job. That's going to be a huge boost to my economy. And I do have industrial specialist. You're surveying. That's fine. We will replace you. But first... yeah, let's replace you with, where is that ship? Replace you with the guy with survey speed. That one. And the trade wind is just currently in transit. You know, he's got a reduction to anomaly research speed. If I find an anomaly, I'll swap you out. Because I would rather have the researchers I want to keep nearby, the ones that I will swap out regularly with all the good bonuses over here assisting research. Plus they tend to be higher level. But yes, I waited just a little too long. They have taken the Alderaan system and cut me off. That's fine. Like I said, I'm not overall that greedy. Or you think you're coming over here to build something? I'm already in the process. League of Phemisto, we have a... oh, we lost somebody. An admiral in First Fleet. First Fleet needs to patrol fast, so we will get Falatira. He is a Vryn. She. I just noticed it said gender female. She is a Vryn. Scout is a good one to get too. Well, that does remind me, how long is it going to take before I have to give these guys the patrol order? They're chasing Second Fleet. Over a year. Not worried about it. Okay. Fire tribes of Kel can use subjugation on us. We are falling behind. Scientist Claire Farrell has leveled. Okay. Alright, our last reinforcement has left nebulous space. Fire tribes of Kel can use subjugation on us. That means that they are now considered superior overall. Well, it keeps breaking between superior and overpowering. We're still on good terms, though. But now I can redesign my cruisers. Did not get any real weapon changes. So all I'm really doing is redesigning them. Not the cruisers. Sorry. The destroyers. Why did you give me an auto? I've had destroyers for a while. Alright, so we didn't really get any weapon changes that I was going to do. We were mainly swapping these out for the crystalline infused plating. Now we're going to have to go about redoing our fleets. Let's go ahead and have them re-upgrade before we start reinforcing them again. So that we have the latest designs on both of those. I'll worry about... Actually, let's go ahead and tell... no, I'll wait until this fleet is back here before I worry about it. I do need to get another shipyard at some point over on this section of my empire. But we've got at least 18 months before we will start researching something else that might upgrade our ships, and then however long it takes to churn those out. And I like to get several ship upgrades churned out fairly quickly, so that when I do upgrades to ships, it covers more than just like sending them back for one thing. Yeah, he's really going to try and compete with me when I was already here. I'm 61% done already, fool. Let's go ahead and set the Dark Wanderer to start patrolling. All the way down to Markaz. An investigation into a peculiar cluster of debris and space dust previously dubbed phantoms has yielded surprising results. It is a particulate cloud bristling with a powerful charge of unknown origin that has no business exhibiting simple reflexive actions, let alone movements with purpose. And yet it does. There is something undeniably ominous about the hazy subject of the relayed video feeds. Perhaps there are things in the universe we should not tangle with.
An alien nation is hailing us.
No, it isn't. The cloud study would take 5 months. 16 months for the Research Institute. Let's go ahead and knock out that cloud study. And let's see, Probe the Void is now to 12, that's to 29. I want the mineral purification hubs before I worry about it, but I can actually delay further engineering to get these last 2 situations knocked out next time to finally get them cleared. We have not built any mining districts. And we still have 8 years. And we are going to be building mining districts. Alright, we got these 2 systems, since we started them at the same time, into our empire. I'm immediately going to start a colony ship for this alpine world, since it has got a abundance of mineral districts. The Vryn, or the Hazar, actually the Vryn would be the best to send there. It's interesting that they're both alpine. Oh, they have adaptability. That would explain it. So any of these would actually be effective there. Even the Churk, which are industrious. But we are going to make a Vryn colony ship and send that on its way to Almac 2. I do not have the minerals right now to build these research stations or mining stations in the 2 that I've just claimed. My mineral output should be 1,000 a month by now. I know I've been complaining about having a bad mineral start, but it's not just that. I have made some poor decisions. I should have, early in the game, focused more on mining, even on worlds that were not optimal for mining. I should have developed more mining districts, because minerals are the backbone of your empire. You need minerals for everything. You need it to create buildings, you need it to create districts, you need it to create research and mining stations. You need minerals to create the advanced resources. You can turn minerals into consumer goods and alloys, and also with refineries, you can turn minerals into motes, exotic gases, and rare crystals. And minerals are needed for all of that. Well, to get your other tier of resources, the research, the unity, and the naval capacity, or having your fleet, which I do consider your naval capacity or your navy size to be a resource, because it does affect diplomacy, keeping your fleet strong. You need alloys or consumer goods for those, which are made with minerals. So while energy credits is the most versatile resource, minerals is the most important, and I should have focused a little more on it. And right now, because I'm resuming this from the previous day, because I'm not able to spend as long as I need to record 5 years in one sitting, usually. There's a lot of micromanagement I do behind the scenes, And as my empire gets bigger and bigger, it takes longer and longer. Because when I go through every 3 months looking for more things to build, I have to take into account, and I have been rushing it a little bit, so that's one of the reasons my economy is not where it should be. I have to take into account not only which one needs jobs the most, which planet has something that I need on it more, and how is that going to affect my other resources. Because, for example, my research worlds, like this one, it's a research world. Every time I build a research lab, it will pull people from the workers up to become researchers. So that means it's going to be a drain on whatever basic resource I am developing there. In this case, I just focus pure on research. That was one of my mistakes. I should have started this planet off as a basic resource planet, and I should have been doing mining districts. Even though it would be more effective as agriculture, I should have started with mining districts so that I would have the income of minerals to keep supporting all my colonies. The more colonies you have, the more available minerals you need. If I was earning 1,000 a month, every 4 months I would have 4,000 just from my income that I could go through to do upgrades to either the Capitol building or other buildings, or add new buildings or add new districts. As it is, only earning 200, I get 800 by the time 800 by the time 4 months have rolled around. I can usually do one thing. That's it. Unless they're cheap. In this case, I added a mining district to Shangri-La. I added a generator district to Xinjiang, and I added a mining district to Avalon, which they should have already had their mining districts, honestly. Now, my research is also a little behind. I should be close to 2K total research by now, if not more. But for my research to be supported, I already have to have a strong consumer good base. To have a strong consumer good base, I have to have strong minerals. So I've got to go a little bit back to basics. And like I said, it takes a while for me to go through and consider all these details. Plus, I also have to keep an eye on what robot is being assembled and if it has room for more. There is one world, I think it's this one. This is going to be the last technician robot that gets churned out, because I will have 15 technician robots and there is no room for more technicians until I get an upgrade to the energy grid. So what I will do here is probably switch this to a different robot type to support some of the other planets and get some robot types, like anywhere I have extractors. These gas extractors, I need a generic robotic worker to get the most out of them. It would probably actually be more effective to have a generic robotic worker in the odd factory as well. And there are planets I have, like this one, could use a generic robotic worker to take over that gas extractor so that that technician can be doing a technician job instead. Because it will pull any type of robot first before it pulls a regular person for your gas extractors and the like, because the robots have 100% habitability. So they should, in theory, get the best bonuses. Next month I need to switch over Euxina to be building a different type of robot. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of micromanagement that goes into me trying to maintain a good economy. I have to pay attention to amenities, available jobs, what the world can do, and that I'm not dragging up vital workers. That's one of the reasons my food had been dwindling, is I had just been going through pretty quickly which planet has the lowest population, build a building there, and not really paying attention, just focusing on the microcosm of the planet. How do I want this planet to develop, and not how is me putting this building here affecting my overall empire. So you have to to really make your economy great, you have to focus on your empire as a whole, not just each little planet. And I did kind of early in the game get stuck in my I want this planet to be like this, so that's what I'm going to develop. When I would have been better off, when I didn't really need a lot of food earlier on, building lots of mining districts here. Or building mining districts here when my energy was already really well developed. Things like that. And we have another... Oh, somebody wants to Yankee pest control. Commonwealth of Man, go figure. He's got that evil mustache too. The roving Yankee are not only a nuisance, but also a navigational hazard. The presence of these unpredictable creatures cannot be tolerated in the galaxy's increasingly busy space lanes. Okay, first off, they're not a nuisance. They're peaceful. They're completely pacifist, almost, unless you attack them. There's no hostility with the Yankee. So they are not a nuisance. They're not detracting anything from you. They're just traveling. And they are not a navigational hazard because you can't run into them unless you are an idiot. I mean, you have to steer toward them to ram them. They'll get out of your damn way. And plus there's no space collisions. But yeah, this is an entirely stupid rant by this guy, so I don't care for the Commonwealth of Man anyway. But that is most likely the Empire I'm going to play next. So next month I need to get these two constructors going on building the stations in their systems. And I did put my available envoy in with the Fire Tribes of Kel because I knew I was about to have some border friction with them, since I just stole something they were trying to claim, and I need to keep relations with them up. So I think the only thing I can build in here, yes, is one mining station, and then this guy will be headed back to that system. And as for this system, that's not my system. This system, only one mining station available here. So we will build that mining station. Now there are two mining stations available here, but I can't queue up the next one, but I can say go ahead and enter orbit. By the time I finish that, I will be able to queue up the next one, because it will take at least a month to build that first mining station. And then I'm going to get Nunes next to get those mining stations and get an observation post over that. That'll help with research. But then we'll jump over here to get all of these nice mining stations and this alloy area before we go back up to Edamar. And I believe, yes, he's already constructing the final starbase over here. He'll probably go to Gathry Maelstrom next and just pick up these last two before he comes down this way to kind of help. Now eventually I am going to be building habitats. With a bad start like this, I should have had habitats sooner, honestly. Habitats will extend. I do still have other planets I could colonize, but I should have had habitats sooner, because habitats can greatly increase your resources. Like, we could take some of these weak areas, like let's go to Segalia. Alright, this 2 minerals, I'm getting about 3 from it, but if I put a mining station over that, I mean a habitat over that, and made it for mining, I could get, let's see, probably 3 buildings worth. Each building has 3, 9. I could get 9 miners, plus another one for the mining. Actually, you may not be able to do that one on the planet, but at least 9 miners. Each miner producing a minimum of 4. That's 36. So it would greatly increase how many minerals I will be getting out of these stations. But they'll no longer get the station bonuses because habitats are considered colonies. Another thing great about the habitats is if we take a strategic resource like this. If I build a habitat over that area, assuming it's one I can build over. Yes, it's a planet. Now you can only build habitats over planets. You cannot build them over moons or asteroids or stars. So if I build a habitat over this, it would be able to build a gas extractor, which provides 3 gases instead of just 1. Same for, I probably got a few areas that have multiple numbers. Let's see if I can find one real quick. Quick is not coming. It looks like everything's just ones. But yeah, if you got a, each one of those basically triples in value when you put a habitat over it. Yeah, for each value you have over these, you get a, the option to build a gas extractor or rare crystal extractor or whatever it is. So you can triple your strategic resources by making habitats over the areas that have them if you can. Same thing for science. These little areas that give small amounts of science, if it's a place you can build a habitat, you can put research stations over there and greatly increase the science output. And these areas that have like alloys, well, unfortunately, I think that one's going to be an asteroid. It is. If this was a planet and not an asteroid where I could build a habitat, I would get those 3 alloys for free with no buildings and still be able to do other things with that habitat. Make it a refinery station or something like that. What about this one alloy? It's also an asteroid. Can't build one there. So after I get this system and start working my way back, grabbing some of these, this guy, when he gets these last 2, he's going to be available to look for an area where I eventually want a habitat. And I need to remember to go to Euxina and change this droid type. And you always want to change it right after it's built one, because changing what you, if you're doing forced build, changing what you're building drops the current assembly progress by 10%. So it's at 0.5, it'll be dropped to 0.45. Which truncated to 0.4. So yeah, now he'll be building a synthetic worker to send to other worlds. As they get built, I got to pay attention to that to move them off the world. There was something else that was coming up. Oh, I did the mining. That was it. Okay. I do have to pay attention to the trade wind. Alright, it's basically about to be turning around and checking back this way. I kind of want to send them out that way because I do have a scientist over here that is eventually going to make his way up to this area. But I still need a few first contacts. I have not met 3 enclaves. There are the other 2 merchant enclaves, Zurkor, and I keep forgetting the name of the third one. And there is the Scrappers enclave that was added in at the same time as the Shrouded Empire. And the Scrappers are a good one because I'd be able to get rid of this Dark Wanderer when it's no longer useful since I can't upgrade it. And there's also potentially more Marauder Empires. And I still have not met, though I will not get any first contacts for it, I still have not met the 2 Fallen Empires in the game. And I know there's only 2 because I am rank 3. And there's no way I would be ranked above a Fallen Empire at this point. So we have just 2 Fallen Empires in the game. I've got about 2 years to fix this deficit. Or I will have to, actually I can do a small correction right now and go back to buying consumer goods. Let's buy 25, that will give me more time. Actually, no. Let's buy 20 so that I don't risk pushing the price up too much per month. I think once you get it's not exactly 25 area, but I think when you get close into the mid-20s is when the price doesn't reset by the start of next month when you buy more for the consumer goods and alloys. For the minerals and food, I think you can get to about 50 before the price starts fluctuating. And all of this depends on the internal market. Once we get the galactic market established, all bets are off because the price will fluctuate based on what everybody is doing. So if everybody is buying consumer goods, the price will continue to climb and won't reset. So I'm only going to be buying that until this resolution becomes passed and the market is established. But that will cut down a little bit on my deficit. Fire Tribes of Kel is now considered overwhelming to me. Well, superior. Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep improving relations with them to get on real good terms. Yeah, we do have some border friction now. And if I do get some favors through them and am able to start forming federations, this is going to be the first empire I form a federation with. Because when I looked at the opinions, not intel, opinions, they're the ones who have the least friendship with the Pirac. So if I formed a federation with the Hazar Pact, the Pirac being my subject would automatically join. Fire Tribes of Kel would most likely not want to join it because they do not like the Pirac. But if I invite them into a federation, currently the Pirac are not in a federation with me, so they're just comparing how well they like me. We form the federation, my ally, my vassal immediately gets added, so now they are in the federation with me. Their relations with them would start improving. And it becomes at that point not that difficult to get the Hazar Pack involved. Now, while I would like these guys to stop being hegemonic imperialist, I think being in a federation with them will also help shift their ideology. Now, I could have built up my military earlier and done a liberation war to convert these guys to my ethics. The problem with that is liberation war changes the government. It does not change the minds of the people. And about 5 to 10 years down the line, if the majority of their people still say belong to, these guys belong to egalitarian faction. These guys are materialists, but if the majority of their people say were authoritarians or xenophobes, but with these guys, most of them are xenophiles and egalitarians. A liberation war would have worked on them because a lot of their people already belong to those factions. As it is, if I wait long enough, they will shift because the majority of their people support it. But if you take an empire like Commonwealth of Man, majority of their people are probably xenophobes and authoritarians. If I do a liberation war on the Commonwealth of Man, they're only going to stay with the civics that I have given them for about 5 to 10 years before the AI decides, well, the strongest factions I have are these. I'm going to switch my government back to an ethos that fills with the people. And that's how you can lose some allies. So I kind of wish Intel, the espionage system, you could get a lot more information about, say, the factions in the other empires, and could influence the factions a little bit more, so that I could use espionage to, say, help shift governments. or just give me the information to know, hey, they're at a tipping point where a liberation war would actually work. And then now that the government type has shifted, more people will be drawn to these factions and they will become the leading factions.
System survey concluded.
I almost advanced it. I did advance it a day. I almost advanced it without paying attention to the fact we've gotten research. Our future lies in the sea of stars. Now, I don't have the alloys to do anything about this, but I now have more starbase capacity. And I tend to do a lot of anchorages. That's where I get most of my fleet capacity, is through starbases. Now, I need to focus on economy. What I really need... This is a dead-end tech, and it'll be fairly quick. What I really need is things that are going to boost up my basic resources right now. This doesn't really help. I don't really use hydroponic bays on star bases. There are a lot of people who will swear by them. I prefer to do my farming planet side. Yeah, it produces 10 food for one upkeep, but it takes up a building slot that I would rather put on something else. Although, now that they have changed the way that the transit hubs work, I could probably start making more use of, say, hydroponics bays, since I don't need so many transport hubs. Hydroponics farms, those I very rarely use. I would much rather do a farming planet side, like I said, rather than waste precious building slots on a habitat when I get habitats. But again, cheap technology, I can knock it out fairly quickly. That will give me a reroll, and hopefully I will get something that will be more useful to my economy. And we will take you. The Nobel is inactive, it appears. Why are you inactive? Oh, you just finished surveying that system, and I didn't give you further orders. Well, let's check out here. Actually, let's go to here. Let's go to Grim Shepherd and just pop into the system. Oh, look, they have a hyper relay. So that is what the AI is spending its influence on. Now, I could be getting more influence if I had rivalries. You can have up to 3 rivalries. Each one is half a point of influence a month. The problem with rivalries is they interfere with diplomacy for the most part. Calling someone a rival, not only do you have to have bad relations with them to become rivals, it shuts down any attempted diplomacy with them. It also has an impact on all of their allies. Now, it does have a beneficial effect to other people who are their rivals, which is why early in the game I declared that Rebel area my rivals, because both the Fire Tribes of Kel and the Hazar Pact considered them rivals, so it strengthened the relations of the 3 of us. And it was worth it, even after they were subjugated and it was interfering with my relations with the Garanshu. It was worth it. But for the most part, the rivalries, I might end up being a rival with the Commonwealth of Man, provided that they can keep up above pathetic compared to me, and they would become a valid rival, because, yeah, the Commonwealth of Man is my rival. They're going to be having bad relations with everybody because of the way the Empire is. I would much rather shift the Commonwealth of Man back into the fold, shift them away from their ethics to mine. But yeah, I don't make much use of rivalries as the United Nations of Earth. And I spend a lot of my influence maintaining multiple diplomatic agreements to slowly shift relations around me. So I do tend to be influence starved as the United Nations of Earth. The Verzak and the Hithians are rivals.
Construction completed.
Alright, one of our other upgrades has taken place, and again, I'm going to need eventually 180 naval capacity. Pawnell Station, I don't believe needs any trading hubs. No, there's no trade value it can reach. So let's just get started on an anchorage. And I'm about to go through my micromanagement of my colonies because it's been 4 months. Okay, here's one example of what I mean by my micromanagement and the reason I do what I do. These robotic workers are producing 10.4 minerals, while these churk, which are industrious, are producing 10.2. The biggest difference is the upkeep. The upkeep for my robotic workers is only 0.9 energy credits, whereas the churk are using up minerals, which means that they're effectively producing only 9.1. And they also need consumer goods because they are, these are basically robotic servants. Now, when I upgrade to droids, I believe these guys will start needing consumer goods. So it is more effective to have miners down here by a very small margin. I mean, yeah, the churk will do just fine, but yeah, I do want this slot filled entirely with miners because they will be helping my mineral output more. So the only thing I have the minerals to do is to immediately go into another mining district when this one is completed. Since this one has luxuries distributed, it's going to have more immigration pull anyway. And yes, I want to get the miners, the jobs up on here to really boost the migration bonus and get more people here on Avalon so I can get the mining base established as well. And actually, wait a minute. The mineral processing plant is only 200. So I could save not only some minerals, but also some empire size, because districts add to empire size. I think each district is half a point, yes. Whereas buildings do not. I have the building slot. Let's put a mineral purification plant on here. That will add a mining job and make these mining jobs more effective. And then after I get that, I can go into that. That does give me a little bit of minerals left that I can do something else on another place if I needed to. Like get started here on a mineral purification plant. So that allowed me to at least get 2 buildings started instead of just 1.
The special project has concluded.
The Void Clouds are, as far as human researchers can tell, among the oldest entities in the universe. They seem to have originated just a scant few billion years after matter, as we know it first appeared. The tremendous forces of the young cosmos making something out of nothing. They would have been stars once, but were not. Explaining their apparent animal intelligence is more difficult, but the answer might lie in the abnormally strong electromagnetic fields that keep them together, another product of their primordial beginnings. It is not inconceivable that, given enough time, the circulation of its strange stardust and gravitic fields aligned in a flexible approximation of neural pathways. Moreover, the clouds seem to be receiving impulses from one another, if not outright communicating. Light years apart. Quantum entanglement is suspected to play a role in this phenomenon. So we can get a bonus to fighting them, or get a bonus to physics research from jobs. We're going to go with this one, the void loops, because it is kind of humbling, knowing that these guys basically are inanimate life, or inorganic life. Now that does free up me to go back to my regular research, which will take another year and a half. And I think after we get the advanced mineral purification, which is going to help my mineral output tremendously. If I do not get something that is really beneficial to my economy, I will probably start knocking out these just to get them off. And I think Delve into the Secrets of the Cybrex is one that is really going to help me. That's one I have been putting off for far too long. Tzedkin Hive has declared Commonwealth of Man their rival. I believe Commonwealth of Man tends not to survive very long under AI control. It is a little too belligerent and hostile to other
Ship
empires.
upgrades applied.
Alright, both first and third fleet are fully upgraded. I can go back to reinforcing them now. Although I'm still going to be using my alloys for other things for a bit. Namely, my starbase upgrades. No, namely colony ships. I need to fill out these colonies I have not gotten yet. I mean, that would be a better food breadbasket, but it does have mining districts I can make use of in the interim. This one, decent mining, better energy. And it will also be a decent research world. So yeah, let's start colonizing this world. And it looks like the Churk are our best bet. And what do you know? They're good at mining. I've got a New Jerusalem. I am positive I have a New Jerusalem. Yes. So give me another random name, thank you very much. Dis, that'll work. I don't believe I have a Dis. Actually, that might have been a mistake, considering the consumer goods deficit I'm in. Hopefully that will get sorted fairly soon. Yeah, between my mining stations and the building I am doing, you see, actually it's 3 months apart, not 4 months. I've been adding wrong. Yeah, January to April is 3 months, not 4. Learn math. So yeah, instead of having 660, I did drain some in the interim doing some mining stations. So yeah, I've got enough to do maybe up to a city district, but I can't do most planetary capital upgrades. They take 600 to 800. Alright, we are going to have some civilian industries here fairly soon. So yeah, I'm going to get started on an energy grid here to help the generator districts and fill out that last open building slot. Energy credits and minerals will help, because with energy credits I can make up this deficit while I'm waiting for things to get built. And what we'll do is get rid of our last impassable mountains, because I believe that is the last one that is being worked on right now. My stability is also impacting my economy right now because of that modifier, failed savior. It's going to last another 4 years, or 3.5. That one is doing quite a hit to my empire-wide stability right now. Hydroponics farming in a controlled environment allows for crops to be grown in climates where farming would normally be impossible. Now, what do we have available? The administrative complex is nice. Let's see. Nothing spectacular, unfortunately. That one would take 2 years. I could probably knock out the energy siphon fastest or the off-world trading company. Let's see. That one we are getting a bonus from. About 10 months. This one we already have a little progress and we are getting a bonus. Alright, yeah, let's just get energy siphon. Even though ones down here aren't taking up your choices. See, I get 5 new ones and it doesn't count the 3 that are fixed on here. So it's a good idea to throw something down here you don't want to bother with or that you always want there. So I think I would be better off getting the off-world trading company. I think this is also a dead-end technology. And I have a statecraft person, I believe. Yes. Let us swap you out for the person in the noble. The noble is just in transit. I guess I could throw her in there for now. In 2 days, I'm about to change where I'm headed anyway. So yes, now I've got a view of all of the Prime Awareness's territory here. I've just got this area over here to go back and double check. And what is this? A ruined ring section. That is their home world. Okay, they had the ring home world, didn't they? No, that's listed as a tech world, not a home world. Where did they get this? Did they just get lucky and find it? Because this isn't listed as their base cluster, is their home system. Primus 1, over here. That is a cool sound effect from them. I have a feeling we are going to end up being on bad terms with this group anyway because they are driven assimilators. Alright, so we are done exploring this way. Let us head to the Ribellan Vortex, and from there we'll decide where we're going. These driven assimilators have quite a group of territory. Hopefully they will keep like the Commonwealth of Man and the Verzak busy. And there was nobody here. This area was just dead space. Yeah, it's going to keep flicking that on and off as their fleet power fluctuates compared to mine. Every time I upgrade ships, my fleet power increases. Every time I add more ships, my fleet power increases. Same for them. So they'll, and if they actually are in any combat, they'll be losing ships. The Hazar Pact has quite the fleet size over here. Let's see, that is 10, 26, 26 and 28 is 52. They have a fleet capacity of 52 for that fleet. That's 42 and 12 would be 54. That's 28, that would be 41. 41 and 16 would be 57. So yeah, they have close to my fleet capacity, which is 60 ships. Let's see about the Fire Tribes of Kel. Let's look at one of their larger fleets. Raiding fleet. Oh, the Lavis Freebooters. That's the reason they are, that's the reason their fleet's been fluctuating. They just got hit by the Lavis Freebooters, didn't they? Alright, there we go. Destroyers, that's 26. That's 43. 24, that would be 50. Yeah, they're about the same size. Do they have battleships? All I see are destroyers and corvettes. Do we actually have a ship class they do not? They have been busy with combat. So maybe their research got stymied. That may be why I am with less fleets than I actually... But their fleets are a lot more powerful than mine. Let's look at my biggest fleet here, which would be the United Nations of Earth. Let's see, that is... well, that's only 30. Yeah, they've got about double my fleet size. Once I get these fleets filled out, my fleet power should be significantly higher. Yeah, because they're around 5,000, whereas I'm about half that with my fleets, but I haven't really invested enough in my fleets at this moment.
We are being hailed.
The League of Brienne States would like to offer a migration treaty. You are aquatic alpine preference. Charismatic natural engineers, talented slow learners and deviants. You know, just because we share the same ethics, and I'm trying to get on a good terms with you. Now the problem is this is going to cost me another 0.12 per month in influence per month. But we are going to agree to that. That also builds up trust and can get us closer to agreements, which reminds me, let's have a look and see. Yeah, these guys think they're authoritarians, the Alpha Star Assembly, unfortunately. They even though they're erudite explorers, yes, we still have the war philosophy penalty, and we also have a distance penalty. We're about capped on reputation with them. Looks like the Hazar Pact is no longer improving relations. I will need somebody there eventually. We've just about got relations as good as we're going to get it, apart from the fact that we are allied to their rivals. There's not going to be a whole lot we can do with the Fire Tribes of Kel, unfortunately. I mean the Garanshu Confederation. As much as I would like Federation builders, because we have the same authority, we're both egalitarians, it would be great to get the Garanshu Confederation on my side. The problem is I'd already invested in allying with the Hazar Pact and the Fire Tribes, and because of that, they're not going to be friendly with me. Now, once I get a federation started, it ends all my defensive pacts, so that will be more I will be getting back. And depending on the setup and the federation type you choose, you can get a couple of, like I think the research agreement part, we automatically get research agreements if we do a research-based federation. So that is influence I won't be needing to spend among people in the Federation. The same thing for defensive pacts. And migration treaties can be the same way once you get up to a certain point with the Federation and get that rule going. Let's see, League of Brienne States are on very good terms with me. It says we have some border friction. Yes, of course, that border friction is because of the wormhole. But we could also form a research agreement. Now, this isn't going to be doing a lot of benefit to me. I have so many research agreements already. I am guaranteed to be getting... they need to fix that. It just says, from holdings! You know, that's... text isn't... Yeah, from holdings. But yeah, I'm almost always going to be getting a research agreement. If you share the technology with multiple people, it doesn't stack. You only get one of the research agreement bonuses. I'm not getting a research agreement for the Research Institute. That means nobody I'm in a research agreement with, the Hazar, the Fire Tribes, and the Pirac, have Research Institute yet. I am going the way, I'm blazing the path there. So I could do a research agreement with the League of Brian States that will build up trust faster. It will cost me a little bit more influence per month. But the buildup of trust, they'll get more benefit out of it than I do. I don't care. We are equivalent in technology. They have 15 colonies. How many do I have? 6, 7, 10. I have 12. Of course, there's a quicker way for me to have seen that but I can add it in my head fairly quickly. Yes. They have more physics than I do. So let us propose a research agreement. It'll better relations faster, and this is a group that I might be able to get into a federation with fairly easily, because they are erudite explorers. Their syncretic evolution, they have 2 species. So I will actually be getting a second species available with a migration treaty with them, and I don't know why I clicked on espionage. Now let's see. Right now the only penalties to forming a federation is the war philosophy. The erudite explorers is giving no bonus, but if I choose a scientific one, they should get a bonus for that. So if I can get it to where I will need favors with them more than likely to be able to pull this off. And this is one thing I can do. Well, it is going to take some time for the trust to build up. When the trust does build up, their acceptance of these will be more. Commercial Pact would give me a huge benefit compared to them. Their economy must be, it's saying equivalent, but they would be giving me a lot more energy credits than I'll be giving them. Yeah, my monthly gain, well, I am producing a lot of energy credits. I'm just spending a lot of them. So let's see. If I do a trade deal to get favors from them, each favor is 50 points. How much do they value energy credits? Let's do 1,000 energy credits. Barely move that. Yeah, okay. They don't want energy credits. Do they want food? Food is valuable to them, actually. More valuable than energy credits, of all things. Minerals and alloys will be more, well, that's less minerals. Let's see, alloys. Yeah, alloys are very valuable to them. What do I have a lot of? Volatile motes. How much do you value volatile motes? Now they won't accept it with a value of 0. It needs to be at least 1. So I have 1,200 just about volatile motes. Giving them 200 would get me a favor. And it will also boost our relations. because I gave them a favorable trade deal. I think this is worth it, since I have a stockpile of motes I'm not using. Yeah.
We have detected an anomaly.
We've detected life signs coming from somewhere beneath the barren and lifeless surface of this moon. What manner of organism could possibly live there? This is a repeatable. We may have already seen it. Okay, they accepted the proposal and gave me a favor in exchange for motes. Now let's see if they do the research agreement before next month. No. Okay. I was kind of hoping to get it. The radiation levels in some wasteland regions of Xinjiang appear to be greater than our previous scans had indicated. Colonists in several local settlements have complained of poor health, and birth rates are down. We are taking steps to evacuate the affected regions, but these measures will take time. Minus 10 happiness further on this new world. That is very unfortunate. That is one of my new... Yeah, thankfully they have a good base stability because of it being a colony. Which reminds me, you're a colony, not auto-designated. Thank you very much. And these guys have 100% habitability anyway. The DIS and the robots that they will be building also. Why are you building a worker? I forgot to, when this place was built, assign what it's building. You have nothing to put a worker to. It would take just about 3 years. Let's go ahead and switch it now to technician. So we lost 1 month of progress. I can deal with that. I caught it early enough that it didn't lose too much. They agreed to the research agreement. Now, do I already get to see if I'm getting anything from them? Probably not till next month, when everything updates. Do you happen to know any intelligent sapients that could use an additional stream of energy credits? Yes. We offer you Trium brand atmospheric deodorizer. Do your agri-world smell like fertilizer? Is your Eucamopolis more like a yuck you know please? Does your colony stink? We have the solution. Our patented blend of microbes and aerosol reagents will clear the air of any habitable troposphere. Just sit back, relax, deploy the Strato drones, and enjoy a breath of fresh air. All this for the low price of 500 Unity. The mechanical process of zeitgeist absorption is poorly understood and can be unnerving, but it is completely harmless. One-time delivery to a single colony only. Anti-odor effects are guaranteed to last 80 years and no longer. Increases immigration pull by 30% and pop growth from immigration by 10% for the duration. Trium atmospheric deodorizer brand name, and you think that's air you're breathing now? Slogan. Copyright 2200, Vengralian Trium, all rights reserved. 500 Unity. I earn more than that a month for 30% immigration pull and 10% pop growth from immigration. I think that for 80 years, that is worth it. Deal. Pleasure doing business with you, and remember, don't dream it, be it. All right, Frankenfurter. Let's see, what colony do I want to put that on? Which colony needs the most people? this is going to be a research facility for society. This is research for physics. Where's my engineering research world? This one. This one needs the best growth. It also has mining districts I am in the process of building. So we are going to put that on New Jamestown. Alright. Now, does it currently have immigration pull? A little bit. Very little. It will be 20 months before we get another pop. When we apply this, does this modify? I probably have to let it advance a little bit. There, it just updated. It still is only going to be 20 months. So it hasn't had a tremendously large effect. It also doesn't help that the person who's coming in is sedentary. But yeah, it did do a small effect. I still think that was definitely worth 500 Unity. Because I don't believe that really set back. Yeah. 7 months, it might have added a month to it, and all I'm getting is appropriation, which is going to allow me to shift robots a little bit cheaper. And then the one we get after that will finally finish adaptability and unlock planetary prospecting. However, planetary prospecting along with mastery of nature both cost Unity, influence to do. I think I've only done mastery of nature on Earth. None of these other planets have done it. And I'm getting close to a few of these to being full on districts. And that is where mastery of nature comes in. Planetary prospecting can come in at any time because it adds more features. Those features could be these bonus resource features, or they could be more valuable features like isolated valleys, bubbling swamps, things like that. Anything that could be randomly generated on the world with world creation, not through events. So I couldn't add an odd factory to it. You have to do an event to get the odd factory. Same thing for the portal things, but it could add rare or strategic resources, regular resources, things like that. I would love to find a Beltharian field on some world. Plus, now that I have another migration treaty, my ability to get immigration is greatly increased. Esteemed President, a decade ago, the United Nations of Earth pledged to support the Artisan Troop. Do you want to renew the subscription? Yes, I do. 5,000 energy credits, not a problem. 10% Unity. So we have got that. Now, I could invest in another Ministry of Culture, but I think I have had issues with that before in other playthroughs where I invest in it and try and buy another one and it doesn't actually let me place it. So we'll worry about that later. We can organize another festival for 5 years to boost the happiness, to offset the happiness problems we've been having because of that failed thing, and that would be a good idea. So yes, we will also organize a festival. I'll worry about more art pieces later. But it's been another 5 years. So we'll call this an episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.